Let's make a Thanksgiving turkey. It's gonna be crispy and juicy. There are 3 simple steps to the perfect Thanksgiving turkey: brining, drying, and roasting. Let's get to work. Warm water, kosher salt, and then whatever seasonings you want. I'll do a few lemon slices, peppercorn, celery salt. Drop in your turkey. He's just really hanging out in there, isn't he? Cover the rest of the way with water. Rest in your fridge overnight. Now I'll dry my turkey and rest uncovered in the fridge overnight. This will dry it out even more to give us a nice crispy skin. Lift up the skin right at this part. Slide my hand in to separate the skin from the meat. Go as far back as you can go. Take some nice softened butter and begin spreading it between this layer. Then rub the entire bird in mayonnaise. Add turkey breast side up. Pour a few cups of chicken stock. Multiply the weight of your turkey in pounds by 13. That's about how many minutes you'll cook it at 350. This is a crispy, juicy turkey. You don't see many of these on Thanksgiving. Listen to this crispy skin. Incredible. Let's make grouper. Look at this thing's tongue. It's like a human tongue. He's a funny looking fish, isn't he? I know you guys probably expect me to kiss and slap this fish, and I'm not gonna do it. Are we good? We off camera? Take a sharp knife and come up around the fin and finish by coming around the head. Slowly come in from the tail and follow up along the spine with our knife. And here's our first grouper fillet. Then we'll slide our knife along the skin, cut a portion for our sandwich. Dredge this in potato starch and a few spices. Place it down in smoking clarified butter. Get those bad boys nice and crispy. For our sauce, we'll add a splash of buttermilk, some mayonnaise, hot sauce, celery salt, onion and garlic powder, squeeze of lemon juice. Sauce, crispy piece of fish, purple cabbage, a few bull's blood microgreens, some cilantro, a little more sauce, and then our bun. Here we go. That's delicious. Let's make edible cookie dough. First of all, thank you for 3 million. I wanted to make you a dessert to show my appreciation, and who doesn't love cookie dough? We'll start by toasting 2 cups of flour. In addition to giving us flavor, this is actually an important safety measure. Once you start to smell that nuttiness, turn off the heat and add 2 tablespoons milk powder, my secret ingredient for the best cookies ever. And just a little pinch of salt. Set this aside. In a mixing bowl, add a cup of brown sugar, a 1/4 cup white sugar, and 2 sticks softened butter. Whisk about 1 minute. Add a splash of vanilla extract and combine. Then add your flour and milk powder and whisk that until well combined. Slowly drizzle in 2 tablespoons of milk, then finish with a nice sprinkle of chocolate chips. Now your mom can't yell at you for eating raw cookie dough anymore. Here we go. Hot take, cookie dough is better than cookies. Let's make Nana's Devil's Food Cake. It's in a heart because I want to thank you for 2 million. Seriously, thank you so much. I wish I could thank each and every one of you personally. But for now, I thought I'd bake you this cake that's taking the internet by storm. Sift together 2 cups flour, 3/4 cup cocoa powder, 2 cups sugar, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 2 teaspoons baking soda, a pinch of salt. In a separate bowl, combine 1 cup of oil, cup of whole milk, cup of coffee, 2 eggs, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Gently fold these together. Grease our cake pan, flour dusting over the top. Now we'll pour in our batter, and we'll pop this bad boy in the oven at 375 till it's done. Let's make some frosting. In a small pot, add a cup of heavy cream and 1.5 cups sugar. When the sugar is melted, take it off the heat and add a little vanilla, 1 stick of butter cut into cubes, and 4 ounces of unsweetened chocolate. Pour this into a bowl and let it cool in the fridge. You also deserve a little gold. Add some of our chocolate buttercream frosting and just a little piece of our gold right to the top. That is heavenly. Let's make homemade salted caramel. Start with 1 cup of sugar, a 1/3 cup of water, and a small squeeze of lemon juice. Turn this to high heat and don't touch it. And once it hits 348 degrees, pour in a cup of heavy cream. If your caramel's too thin, just simmer until it thickens a little bit. If it's too thick, add more heavy cream or butter. A little bit of flaky salt. That's the best tasting thing I've made yet, and you guys know how many things I've made on TikTok. Let's make ratatouille. All right, Pesto, you take the reins. What do? Start with 2 eggplants, 2 zucchini, 2 yellow squash, and 6 Roma tomatoes. Chop all of these into 1mm slices. It should look something like this. For our sauce, we'll start with 2 tablespoons olive oil, 4 cloves minced garlic, 2 diced bell peppers, and a diced yellow onion. Once softened, season with salt and pepper. Add a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. Stir in 2 tablespoons fresh chopped basil, and then layer the sauce into the bottom of an oven-safe pan. Now begin layering your vegetables. I have to say, I'm actually pretty proud of myself for this. For our sauce, 2 tablespoons chopped basil, 1 teaspoon minced garlic, 2 tablespoons chopped parsley, 2 teaspoons fresh thyme, and 4 tablespoons olive oil. Bake at 375 for an hour and uncover the last 20 minutes. Pesto says he approves of this ratatouille. Great movie, even better food. Let's make mashed potatoes. Start with russet or Yukon Gold. We want a potato with high starch and low moisture, which means fluffy. Peel all your potatoes and place them in a bowl of cold water so they don't oxidize. Cut into 1-inch cubes. Something like this is perfect. Add your potatoes to a pan, cover with cold water, and cook over medium heat until fork tender. Strain your potatoes and add them to a bowl. Cover with a towel to steam them. Use a ricer or masher to mash your potatoes. A ricer is probably one of my favorite kitchen tools out there. Pour in a stick and a half of melted butter and slowly mix in some heavy cream until it becomes very creamy. Place them in a serving tray. Then add a little more melted butter and a nice little handful of chives. Maybe just a few more. Do mashed potatoes get any better than that? Creamy goodness. Let's make white truffle pasta. This truffle is worth $1,000. White truffles are only in season for a couple months, and they're really expensive because dogs and pigs have to find them. Dump 2 cups of flour on your cutting board. Make a nice well in the middle. Crack 3 eggs and 2 yolks. Then add 2 tablespoons white truffle oil. Eventually, I can just combine it all together on the board. Once you've been kneading for 8 minutes or so, rest this in the fridge for 20 minutes. Lightly dust your work surface and place down your dough. Roll it out just a bit and start rolling it out. Then we'll turn it into fettuccine. Salt your water like the ocean, then add your pasta. Strain your pasta but keep some pasta water. Add some white truffle butter and a bit of pasta water. Grate a little Parmesan cheese and just a pinch of white truffle salt. Add your pasta, more Parmesan cheese, more white truffle oil, and most importantly, some shaved white truffle. Yeah, this truffle pasta is worth more than me. Let's make grilled cheese. Start by painting your bread in mayonnaise. Do this for one side of each slice. Flip the bread so it's mayonnaise side down and add 1 piece of American cheese to each side and 1 piece of cheddar. Then lift and put these together. With a cast iron pan over medium heat, we'll add our sandwiches. Then turn the heat to medium low and add our lid. After about 3 or 4 minutes, flip. That is yummy.